Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for the Immortal Thor issue 21, 2023. Oh, look at that. And we get that in this. Down to Thor, Scourge, and Thanos in the back. Let's crack this one in. Brothers shall fight and slay each other. Cousins shall kinship violate. The earth resounds, the giantesses flee, no man will another spare. From Volspa the Vala's prophecy, the elder Edis of Saemon Sigvason. There is a bridge called Yalabru. It crosses the river Gyol at the borderland of Hell, and it is where Scourge the Executioner took his last stand and last laugh. Until that moment, he had lived as lackwit and lackey, loved but not loved, served but ill-served. Now he rewrote his story. The finest hour of Scourge's life was when he stole the death of Thor and bore it upon his back. But it was not the last hour. It's like, damn, that is like, when you think about it like that with Scourge, that is a nutty kind of thing. Never thought of it being told like that. Like, being lackwit and lackey, loving but not loved, serving but ill-served, and how this was like his triumph, because he's got his guns and everything fighting all these undead warriors. Strange how none needed Scourge when he lived, and pined and wept among them. To battle Einherjar, and may we banish Hell's foul legions from the land of Asgard. Strange how all wished for Scourge after he had earned his great reward. Yeah, it's always weird like that. But when Asgard needed aid against Hel, who would refuse help from Asgard's noble dead? Hel must be protected. Are you ready? When Hel needed aid against Heaven, who would refuse help from the noblest of them all? How could the noblest of all refuse aid to any who inquired? I was told this life would be different from my last. So again and again, Scourge crossed the threshold of death, back and forth, forward and back, always for the best of reasons. It's like, wow. When it's put like this, it's really kind of cool to see that for Scourge. And of course, seeing him here helping Beta Ray Bill as well. For any reason at all. Beta Ray Bill, my old friend. And with each new breath of life, his hold on Thor's stolen death grew weaker. And showing this coming back and everything to kind of bite him and everything. Until it slipped fully from his grasp. No. You will not pass. Not to Asgard, not to Midgard, not to any realm which Thor belongs. I swear it on my blood, on the last drop of that blood. I swear it on my own death. No! As we see Scourge waking up. That's a really awesome Thor art there, and him screaming that. You can't have it. You can't have it back. When the nightmares came to Valhalla, there was only one god Scourge could turn to. He who had built that great hall, Odin One-Eye, as we see him talking to Odin about it. I will not have it, Scourge. I have seen love's flame turn to ash in my lover's eyes. I have died to my own magic, and lived as hammer and as anvil. All this have I done to see my son upon his throne as the true king. And now, when he has at last learned all he must to rule the golden realm, you say his tale must end? I say thee nay, I will not have it. You are Asgard's executioner, and you will execute my will in this. You will take back the death you won fairly from my son. How? I've left too many times already. The door is barred to me now, by Brunhilde herself. I fear even you cannot open it. Impudence. It's like, yeah, but you do stupid ass shit, Odin. And then of course he goes fucking rah, rah, rah. It's like, ah, shit. Behold, Odin, am I not the way of ways? Am I not the wonder of wonders? Behold me, Scourge. Forgive me, my liege. I meant no disrespect. I only meant that, well, you are dead. Yet there are doors I may still open, doubting one. Death by my hand here is life in other realms. But be sure, for such a root bears its own toll, and I will pay it. Be sure. Once I take thy life in Valhalla, you can never return here, nor will you have a place in hell. Should death come for you again, lonely Vidblain will be thy destination. Vidblain in the sleep with no waking, the true end, death even for a god. Pause. And so it must be. And so it must go. And so it went. And it's like, shit, man. Art's on point and everything. So it went. Face me, Thunderer! Scourge met with Thor deep in the dark wood that held the gate to Utgard, and he brought death with him. Face me one last time. Thanos? Oh no, nothing so small as that. And it's like, what do you mean? So it's like, okay, that's not Thanos that we knew. And then I mean, I love the red and blue that we kind of get, like the blue of like Mjolnir from there, but then Scourge's blade being more red. Focus, Thor. Even if that is Thanos, I cannot be distracted. Scourge means to take my place on this quest, to steal whatever destiny the fates intend for me, and he will not hold back. His blood is up, and in his eyes, I need only be alive at this battle's end, not in one piece. It's like, yeah, Thor's thought process is right on that one, and I love that we get the big part here, and then him kind of thinking, and then Scourge just coming in. Shit. Too true, and if anyone can chop the Allfather into pieces, it's proud Scourge, whose blood axe whistles like the cutting wind. While you can barely use yours to shield yourself, it's like, oh, fuck. And Thor's like, you can hear my thoughts? What are you? A god of Asgard, a god worthy of a great tale, a great ending. And that is just the meaning for Scourge. It's like, no, there's more than that. And this fight kind of starts proving that more. Not you. You don't see him. He stands behind the gate. If you only turn your head, you will see him for yourself. Look behind you. Stick to your hammer, Thor. A trickster you're not. As we see him kick him and then try and go for an axe hit. It's like, shit. Thor's able to dodge, but his cape gets ripped. He can't see me, Thor. He hasn't earned me yet. I'm still the face of your death. The face of Thanos? Even now? It's like, okay. So it's not Thanos, but just his form. So what is this death? It is the face you associate with your end, Odinson. The face you have learned to fear, to hate, to fight. Whenever you see it. And now, will you really fight to open this gate and join me? As we see him dodge another one of Scourge's blows. He's like, shit. And I like that we first are like really into Thanos' face and then pull back out from it a little bit. Will you raise your hammer against this noble god, this hero of Asgard? Brave, loyal Scourge, who only ever sought to take the burden from you. It is not thy burden to take, Scourge. I beg you, lower thy axe. Thy Allfather commands it. And if I do, my liege and my lord and liege, will you let me join you on your journey to Utgard Hall? Will you treat me as Allfather should treat Einherjar, as a warrior worthy of respect? Or are you asking me to play the coward? Pause. I made a vow, Scourge, upon my own blood, and on my blood will I keep it. No life for mine. Well, that's unfortunate, Thor, because I also made a vow. And I really like how it's just regular paneling, and then we see Scourge like that, kind of calm. It's like, and I'll keep it on your blood, too. As he pretty much slashes him, and then it starts powering up. And with the spilling of blood, there comes new strength. Uller made this axe, Thor, the Lord of the Yew, God of dark dooms, and he tied my soul to it, so the more blood it tastes, the stronger I become. There is a cost for such magic, of course. Should I fall in battle, the blood axe will take my blood and my life. So I will have my death today, Thor, one way or the other. It's like, shit. And that's just gnarly seeing it there and just pulsing. It's like, this is not good. You are mad. As the fox is, you can't save me, Thor. I knew you'd try, but now it's impossible. So what will you do? Give me your death or kill me yourself? What will you do, Thor? Do you know? You can still end this useless combat and go home with my tail between my legs, be Scourge the fool once more. I will not let you take this death, or take the glory. To hell with my damned glory, and with yours. All that matters is the mortals, the mad Utgard gods would destroy. But do they matter, Thor? Why? As I really like seeing the kind of threes up here, and then the giant clash, and then Thanos, of course, calling out, do they matter? Be silent, as he turns, and then the Thanos death is still talking to him. The mortals do not care about you, or even about themselves. At every turn, even faced with even a glimmer of light, they choose darkness. They cannot be saved any more than Scourge can. They want to die. They want to kill everything else. That is what people are, Thor, a self-hating disease, as we see Thanos grinning like that. It's like, no. No, monster, that I will never accept. Who are you talking to? The thing that he was trying to get you to see, but cannot. How can you disagree when it is so evident? Why must you die for them now, Thor? They choose to kill the world. Don't they deserve to face the consequences? And what does a child deserve? And I really kind of like Thor there, even like injured and then asking that. What do they deserve who have fought tooth and nail, who fought on still? Am I to surrender before they do? What would that make me? I say thee nay. Nothing nothing believer, I say never. If there are but 1,000 on the earth who embrace the warmth of their souls, who seek kindness, who share justice and love, I will fight for that 1,000. If there are but 100, I will fight. If there are 10, I will fight. If there is but one soul remaining upon the whole earth who knows love, I will battle to the end for that one, and they for me. To say otherwise is to give up. And I'm like, thank you for getting Thor. Like, that's awesome to see him go through that. And showering the lightning, and seeing even Scourge in that kind of corner, just being like, holy shit. And I will not give up, Thanos. I cannot give up. We cannot give up. As he offers Mjolnir to Scourge. Take it. Is this a trick? As you say, I am no great trickster. You say I must let you die or kill you, Scourge. I say I am tired of being told what I must do. You long ago proved yourself worthy of the hammer, as we see that Scourge can wield it. It's like, shit. As he's got it there. So take it and follow my Einherjar to Utgard and all the peril it may throw at us. You are right, and I was wrong. So fight at my side, my hammer in thy hand, as my friend and my comrade. Thor, I told you, I cannot let you. Then bludgeon in my skull and go alone. Choose. And I love that. This truly shows the difference between Thor and Odin. Odin would not say that. He cannot say that he is wrong. Thor, you're right. I'm wrong. Let's do this together. But we do this to try and achieve both of our goals. And I love that Scourge just looks at the hammer for a minute. You shame me, O Father, as you have shamed me. I mislike being coddled like an infant. My father sent you to me for that very purpose, and it rankled me. I truly understand that, Thor. Thus, when I crossed the Black Bridge, I ordered a noble friend who cares for me to remain behind, because I feared for her in the face of my fate, and because I wished control over that fate. But who is even the All-Father to make such edicts? Who am I to tell you no, Scourge? A king may command the sea, a warrior take his axe to the crashing waves, but the tide still comes in. The fates will have their say. And then I love the art and everything, but this use of the gate opening and the creak like that is just fucking amazing. So, yeah, it's awesome. And there are forces to which even a god must bow, but not yet. Pausing, no, not yet. As we see the Thanos thing, grinning, and then going in. And again, I like the three, and I really like Thor on top and Thanos' face on the bottom. Who is it you speak to? No one who matters. Fate lies not with old fears, but with you and I, my friend, and what we now do. And as I recall it, the path to Utgard takes us through the deep woods. Oh! The forest changes before my eyes as we see them going further in. It's like, holy shit, the colors, everything. It will twist as quickly as any tale. We are in Utgard now, Scourge. Beyond the fields we know, beyond all charts, all maps, all rule and theory. We have transcended from prose to poetry, from hard truth to floating, flowing metaphor, which is important, and just kind of like make sure you keep that in mind when you're going through that place. So hold thy axe tight, good executioner. Keep a grip on that rather than on thy certainties. Weapons crafted by magic will be useful in this place, but only so useful. I remember the fog from before also. Be on thy guard, as we see the fog rolling in, and you're like, ah shit, we can't see what's going on. And I'm like, yeah, that's important, and I kind of like seeing that here as we see this kind of go on with this page. It's like, what the hell? 'Tis as thick as the mists of hell. Let me take point, my king. You are a god of wind and sky. I am more used to navigating the dank chill of death. We each have our strengths, and shall need them all, I fear. In time past, the fog cleared only when the Utgard Hall itself was in sight. For now, it only grows thicker. The air around us feels like water or mud or stone. Thor, there's some barrier ahead of us. This is a trap. And the thing is, it keeps shrinking and shrinking, and then we see them touching it, and it's like, what the fuck? Aye, memory is a trap, and the trap is sprung. We are not on the road to the Utgard Loki's hall, my friend. We are here, as we see that they are in this kind of cube thing held by Utgard Loki. It's like, oh shit, two did enter. If they be wordy. Fan page, let us. And then we get a look at the next issue. Lost in Utgard. Thor had made his way to Utgard, and there waited the Utgard Loki, who the Odinson had never yet defeated. And with the Elder's trickster stood his pantheon, beginning with Nurgle, I believe, Lord of Murder and Darkness, who was his own place of power. NRGL. I'm going Nurgle, kind of. This is the story of the Immortal Thor and the Unforgiving City, and that just looks like a crazy-ass cover. So, I liked this showing off. I liked how it dived into Scourge, giving us the understanding of what's kind of going on with them. He's not trying to be an asshole, and Amora and Dario have taken advantage of him, of trying to protect Thor and help him with this. And the thing is, it's funny that his last kind of great moment of taking that death from Thor was undone because everybody else kind of wanted to have him have help and needed help from him, and he did that, but it undid it. And he's like, how do I help Thor now? And then them fighting and clashing, and I liked how it was resolved, that they didn't have completely and utterly contradictory kind of aims. We do have to watch out for Scourge's blood axe. I think that's going to come into a greater kind of effect as we reach our conclusion of what's going to be happening with Scourge and Thor. But I liked that they were fighting, and then they came to an understanding, and Thor said he was wrong, showing that Scourge was worthy to wield Mjolnir. And he's like, holy shit. And he's like, yeah? Come, let's go with this. And then seeing at the end that they are captured by Utgard Loki in a kind of box kind of thing. It's like, oh shit. And the art is just so on point, doing the battle scenes, the colors, the flow of the action, and then that creaking of the gate opening, and that the death took the visage of Thanos and was just saying that, like, the mortals don't deserve you. They don't deserve this. They don't deserve your death and everything like that. And he's like, if there's just one person, which echoes what I do with this channel, if one person has a better day from one of my videos, just one, I'm good with that. And I love seeing Thor being able to do that, to go from 1,000 to 100 to 10 to one person. And just, that's Thor. That is what differentiates him from Odin. Odin thinks he knows how to rule. And with certain kind of macro level things, yeah, he could. But he will always kind of put himself above that because he believes himself more important than what's going on. Thor is a servant king. He is not above his people, he serves his people. And now and then he might clash with certain kind of ones of his people, like Scourge or with Sif, with words or even with physical kind of force. But he is always attempting to do what is best for his people and those that he cares for. And he is not doing it because he believes he is above them. He just wants to help and protect. Now, there's a little bit of that in Odin as well, but that arrogance of him being like, I am the way of ways, I am the wonder of wonders kind of shit. Fuck that asshole. Ugh. But I just loved seeing Thor on full display here, and I'm like, alright, let's see where this goes and how this works out. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.